name is my name is Taisha King. I am an RN. I have been a nurse since 2014. I've been an RN since 2018. I've worked med surge, been a travel nurse, supervisor ADON, LTAC. I've done a variety of different nursing positions. Um, so speaking of WGU, I've also had my BSN MBA from WGU, working on my MSc and going into the F&P program. So speaking of what I've learned from this lesson, about social and emotional intelligence. First is self-awareness in managing my emotions. Doing that improves my patient care. Controlling my emotion was important for me because emotions can cause you to be judgmental, short-fused, and uncaring towards patients, and that affects the patient care and their outcomes. Another one was self-management, and that's just stress management, goal setting, and self care. We have to remember to care for ourselves, set short term and long term goals every day when we come on shift with patients because it can get overwhelming and just even in life in general. And how I plan on doing self management, like I just said, prioritizing tasks, taking breaks, and asking for help. Um, I'm able to pass meds in a timely manner. So that will be one of the things. So in order to do that, I'm also going to take my breaks and not eat while I'm charting, because a lot of times we have such busy days. We be like, I'm just going to throw something down my throat really fast and chart so I won't get too far behind. And overall, I felt less tired by doing this, and I felt less exhausted as well at the end of my shifts. Asking for help. Um, I took hyper independence away and made it a team effort and team led patient care, which is what we should be doing. And it gave me better outcomes, and I just decreased my stress, and I was less tired at the end of the shifts. Another one would be effective interpersonal communication. It's important because it builds trust and rapport with patients, and they feel heard, which is very important in this field. They feel understood and trusted that I had their best interest in mind. They healed better and they had better patient outcomes again and a better overall experience. Executive functions, these things would be critical thinking, problem solving, mental agility, planning and organizing. And all these things are done to provide safe and effective care in a busy hospital environment. We know as nurses, we can get on the floor. Sometimes once we hit the floor, we don't get off the floor until we're leaving sometimes because things happen back to back. So just being able to have these executive functions and being able to manage and have a moment for ourselves, a moment of let me see what I can do. Short term goals will be important as well. Like, what can I do instead of looking at the overall what we have? Just making short term goals and knocking tasks out one at a time. From my experience in nursing in various multifaceted hospitals and trauma centers and things like that, showing nurses are the directors and advocates of systemic change for ourselves, patients, and in the workplace. We practice all four of these things and provide high quality care, positive patient outcomes, and positive inclusive work environments. And those were the emotional intelligence. Those are the things, SEI skills. Um, with the social and emotional intelligence, one of the things was one time a example at least a patient. We have a lot of pain patients that come in, but we had a patient who came in with some pain, and he had PRN pain meds. Pain was unrelieved with these PRN medications, and we were was letting the doctors know. The patient became frustrated at this point in time, was cursing, and just how patients get sometimes when they don't get their way, and they don't feel like they're seen, they don't feel like they're heard, they don't feel like we have their best interest for them. So he became more frustrated. So at one point in time, I know I'm doing my best. I'm trying to email, text mail these doctors. I'm not getting a response. So I became frustrated. So I had to step back and recenter myself emotionally. I called the MD again, and when that didn't work, I escalated it. So I called the MD, escalated, and did some back and forth with about this patient. Finally, I got new pain medications prescribed for this patient. The patient ended up happy. He ended up resting the rest of the night. But it gets tough because some days are very busy, and prioritizing patients and patient care is a must. Constantly thinking and criticizing all the time because what's top priority? What do I need to do first? What do I need to do so it's not affecting this patient for the rest of the day? You know what I mean? And we are responsible for lives at the end of the day. We work from a place of no judgment when it comes to patients, but empathy and compassion and understanding for all is something that we also must utilize. So thank you for listening. Comment below for anything that you want to, but I just want to congratulate everybody on nursing and on their journey in this as well. Thank you.